Texoma here. I'm trying to sit in a little closer to the camera and the phone and everything because microphone issues have been coming up apparently. I'm still trying to use this headset that's supposed to have a microphone in it. My doggone glasses still got that smear on them. I'm sorry about that, guys. I haven't been able to make it up to Five Below or any place like that recently. Two reasons for that. I'm in Texas and we've gotten another little ice storm winter mix of bull. And the second reason is my new car that I just got is needing a couple of repairs. You know, as happens with used vehicles, there's things that are wrong with them. I need a new tire. The doggone driver's side power window motor went out in it, so the window's stuck down. And the cold snap did in the battery, so it's like, ah. So my money is kind of booked up at the moment. I do hear the concerns. I do understand them. I'm trying to work around them as best as I can right now. Hopefully soon I will be able to go up and get one of those Bluetooth headsets with the microphone so it's a little closer to the mouth than this one being sticking out of the ear and all that. So hopefully that'll resolve some of the volume issues. I do apologize for that again. I'm working on it. I hear the concerns. Y'all are awesome. Keep on being awesome. Bear with me for just a little bit longer, okay, guys? I promise. Today I am going to be talking about and recording a couple of videos because it's an ice day and I'm stuck at home and can't really do anything. Today I'll be talking about some things that y'all may have been may have seen on my show before. If you're a longtime viewer, I'm sure you have, so bear with me. But there is new stuff to each of these items. What I'm going to start off with is I have recently gotten some what they call upgrade kits in the Transformer community. These are kits that are made by a third-party company. They are aftermarket and they fill in some of the details that the official figure left out, be it cost-cutting measures, safety measures, just engineering issues that the original company came up with, but yet this other company can figure out how to get around those engineering issues and fix the product. Not going to say anything. Today I'm going to be talking about the upgrade kits for the Studio Series 86 Dinobots. Now, so far, only Grimlock and Slug, as his new name is, the original character's name is Slag, but that had to be changed because of derogatory meanings in the UK. So now his name is Slug. These figures, the reason it's called Studio Series 86 is because the Studio Series line was introduced to be a more accurate depiction of the characters as they appeared in the movies. And Hasbro started off with, of course, the live-action movies, since that was the newest thing around. I've been having those since '07. The Studio Series 86 goes back to the original animated Transformer movie from 1986 and is exploring some of the characters from that and getting as close to their original animated look as possible as seen in the movie. Like I said, the problem is Hasbro. They've done an excellent job on recreating these characters, but in some instances, they fell a little short. Now, on my two figures, I've already purchased and installed the upgrade kits, so you're going to see the modified version of the figure, not the original in-package version of the figure, or as you would get it at retail. So the first figure I'm starting off with here is Grimlock. He's the leader of the Dinobots. And like I said, I believe I've showcased this particular figure before in a previous video. I'm not sure if I already had the upgrade kits or some of the upgrade kits in that video, or if he was perfectly stock straight out of the box. But straight out of the box you get Grimlock, his double barrel blaster here, and you get an extra figure named Wheelie, who's really a piece of junk. That'll, he can ride on his shoulder when he's in T-Rex mode, because Grimlock turns into a T-Rex, and I'm not going to transform him today, so I apologize about that. But he can ride on Grimlock while he's in T-Rex mode. Now, one of the main things that Hasbro kind of messed up on when they originally released this figure is his chest plate here was a really heavily tinted, almost black piece there. They went to the trouble of molding the Autobot symbol in there on his chest. They went to the trouble of painting it, but then they put a heavily tinted clear piece of plastic over it so you couldn't see it. So all that detail was lost. So one of the things in the first upgrade kit that I got for this figure, it included your choice of a clear, perfectly clear chest plate, or a slightly tinted one. I think there was also the option for one that was just a solid piece, so you could put on your own Autobot symbol if you prefer that, and just have the dark chest piece. I liked the lightly tinted version, because to me that just looks cool. You can still see the Autobot symbol pretty clearly there on his chest. And it's not just like, why has he got a clear chest? One of those things I thought was cool. The second thing is, well, let me see if I can get it out of his hand here, is his sword. And this is based on the original Grimlock Toys sword. I believe there's two versions that you could choose from the manufacturer who made this add-on kit, to either have the orange blade and the black handle and hilt area here. Turn that around so y'all can see it a little bit. Or to have both pieces completely in a clear red plastic. I chose the orange and black because, yes, it's not exactly toy accurate, but in my opinion, having a little color breakup like that is pretty darn cool. Next thing, now, yes, I didn't get that screwed in correctly, but there's this little piece on the inside of his arm here. That side I didn't tighten down. Let me see if I can get the other side up so you can see that. It's right there. Now, when Hasbro originally released this figure, it did not have that cover piece because in his transformation, his robot hand will fold into that cavity right there, and that's for his transformation. But it left this pretty darn big ugly gap right there in his forearm in robot mode. In dinosaur mode, yes, this is on the inside of his leg, but you can see clearly the backside of his robot hand through there. So they made these little gap cover pieces that just screw on there. When you have them tight enough, and there's a little area there that they kind of snap into, they just cover up like that. So in both modes, it looks like he's got, a full arm, which I thought was pretty darn cool. Most of the time I leave mine in robot mode, so to me, I just thought it looked better to be able to have a full arm there on Grimlock. The next thing that this third-party company chose to do is kind of an obscure thing, but it's still cool nonetheless. They gave Grimlock his crown. Now, the reason I say this is somewhat obscure is because in the original Marvel Comics, there was a time near the end of the run, say I think about issue 60-ish, somewhere out of the original 80, that Grimlock actually became the leader of the Autobots, and he crowned himself king. If you've watched the original animated series, you'll hear Grimlock refer to himself as a king quite often. Me Grimlock no bozo, me Grimlock king. Something to that extent. So, the original upgrade kit that I bought for him included his crown. So, Grimlock really can be the king he always says he is. Originally, that was where I ended with the upgrades for Grimlock, because I thought those were the coolest ones. Other ones were and are available, but they cost as much, pretty much, as getting all of those, that one kit, and it didn't really offer too much more to me, in my opinion. Until recently, I found that there was a company to fill in the one last glaring error I found on Grimlock, and that's his feet. Originally, these panels were not here. It was just a very big, empty gap in his heel and toe area that Hasbro left. And I was not interested in paying $15 for just two little pieces of plastic when the original upgrade kit that I bought with the arm fillers there, the sword, I'm trying to touch it from behind, the sword, the chest piece, and the crown cost me about $17. Not to mention just buying the figure. This is a $50 figure. So $50 plus 15, that's 65. And then all the other companies I found wanted another 15 for these pieces. I'm a fan, I love my Transformers, but damn, that's a little too much. Well, recently I found on eBay, of course, a seller who is selling some of these foot gap fillers. Slightly imperfect. Sometimes some of the details are not molded in as deeply. Sometimes there's a little fitment error. Like you can see, this one goes a little further into the toe gap than it should. But they were selling these for $5 a kit, both feet. So of course I went ahead and jumped on that. I jumped on that for Slag too. I'm sorry, I call him Slag. I'm an old school fan. Because Slag had the same problem Grimlock did. Hasbro left these areas on his feet empty. So he had 3 big holes in his feet. And again, you know, these were sold $5 a pair because they're slightly imperfect. You can see the fit isn't exactly flush in the heel area. I think that toe fits in a little further than it should. No big deal. I'm happy with it for $5. Especially after I bought the other upgrade kit for my Slag. Mainly because he's a Triceratops, and these doggone horns that Hasbro made fall out so easily. And the only way to get replacement Triceratops horns is through an upgrade kit. That costs about 15 bucks after spending 50 on the figure. But again, in my opinion, it's worth it because it comes with more parts if you want to customize your figure. Again, he comes with a sword. And again, I like the orange and black. To me, it just breaks up the figure a little bit more. It's based on his sword that he originally came with as a toy. Don't believe he had that sword in the movie, but the original G1 Slag had that as a toy. Also, it's kind of hard to see, but the version that you'll get in the store, he has a red head, which is accurate to the animation. The original Generation 1 toy has a black head. So the upgrade kit to replace his horns comes with the black head and the sword, which I thought was pretty darn cool. So there was 2 reasons for me to get that particular upgrade kit. You know, the main reason for me was to get the horns, to get the sword, so that when Hasbro does finally release the other 3 Dinobots, that they'll all have their energy weapon, their pistol, gun, blaster, whatever you want to call it, plus their sword. Transformers as a whole, especially when you start getting into these upgrade kits and extras and stuff like that, it can be a slippery slope that you spend a lot of money on real fast. But in the end, it all depends on what you like, what you prefer, what you think is important. I thought those things were kind of important, so I bought them later on, added them to my figures. I don't buy every upgrade kit out there. There are some that are insanely expensive, and in my opinion, you only get like a small, minute addition to the look of the figure, and it's not worth it, in my opinion, on those. But I was just showcasing that off. Like I said, I've got plans for 2 more episodes I'm filming today on this wonderful icy day. So yes, they will potentially have the audio issues. I promise. I am trying to figure things out, trying to get things better as soon as I can. Alright guys, hope I didn't bore y'all too much. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. If it's icy or stormy or whatever whenever you're watching this video. Hopefully the ice will be over by then, but we'll see. This has been a crazy year, and it's not even fully through February yet. The weather's done some strange stuff. And not to mention the strange stuff that's going on over on the other side of the world right now. So, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye.